Hi guys, my name is Black Sphere and Steven Universe has ended. I'm gonna make a separate video on that, but in this video we're gonna be reviewing the second episode of the 4-part finale, Everything's Fine. Episode starts off with Steven warping back to the temple. He gets a call from Connie. She wants to know if he's still been swelling up, and that she can't believe the last time they spoke was when he was in the hospital. But he lies to her, tell her that he's not really swelling up, just to get her off the phone. When he gets her off the phone, 3 of his thoughts manifest into the TV. The moment before he crashes the van with Greg, Jasper's shards in his hand, and him trying to bash White's head in the temple. No, not temple, I meant palace. He looks at his reflection in the TV and he can see that he is in his pink form and that he has diamond eyes. He's in denial. He says that he's just Steven Universe and that he doesn't hurt people, he helps them. So he's basically refusing to fully acknowledge himself as a shatterer or a diamond. So he ends up shouting out he is fine, and the impact of his voice basically cracks the windows. Doing this gets the Gems' attention, so they rush up to him to ask him where the heck has he been. They try to talk to him, but he just shuts them down like everything's fine, and he leaves. Throughout this episode, he's trying to help others, and every time he does, it ends up biting him back. He goes to Peridot to help her with planting, and he ends up creating life out of all the plants. Basically, there were many Cactus Stevens running around, and they broke open I don't even know what to call that place. Do I call it like a plant shop or like a greenhouse? I don't know. I might sound very dumb, but whatever building that it was in, or whatever thing that was in, just know it broke. Now, the Gems with them was Aquamarine. I was really confused at first because she looks just like the eyeball Aquamarine. So I was like, wait a minute. Then watching it back, I see the Gems placement is on her forehead and not below the eye. There's also cherry quartz. There's a sapphire, the one that I think that was in the Palace episode. You know, the episode where Steven accidentally fuses with Connie in the ballroom. And there's also Pink Pearl, who we couldn't really see the other eye of, which they unfortunately did on purpose. I'm guessing that they're leaving it a mystery. They had her holding a pot with a plant in it, and the plant covered her eye. And even when Steven and Peridot was talking, everybody else was in the shot, but Pink Pearl was covered by a plant. And even when they ran out, she was holding the plant and it was still covering her eye. Then he goes to Bismuth, who is using Yellow Pearl as a model for her new gear that she made for a wedding or something. I don't know, it's not for a wedding, but I guess it's for a wedding, if you know what I mean. Nobody's getting married, but it's for a wedding. He basically tries to forge something and ends up breaking her anvil in half. Then he goes by Amethyst, a Nephrite, and a Ruby, and other gems, I think. But those are the only one I remember. And they were playing baseball. Oh yeah, Onion was there. Basically, Onion's the batter, and he hits the ball, and the way the ball goes, it almost crushes the heaven and earth beetle. So Steven basically jumps and catches the ball and saves them. That's one thing that he did right. But no, not really, because shortly after that, he ends up yelling. Not like an anger yell, but I did a good job type of yell. And then that yell ends up breaking the building that the heaven and earth beetle was in, and a lot of other glass, and destroys the whole area. He says that it doesn't really matter what he does. Everyone makes mistakes, and the only important part is that you fix your mistakes. And mistakes leave room to grow. Fast forward, he goes to the temple, and everybody's just waiting there for him. Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl, Greg, and Connie. Connie's there because she got something, there's a video of Steven on her phone that's just playing over and over and over. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's saying, "I'm here to help." So she thought it was very concerning, so she went to them. So basically, everybody's confronting him, and he's still saying that nothing's wrong with him. He tries to leave, but then Pearl, Amethyst, and Connie block the exit, basically forcing him to kind of talk to them. He starts talking to them, then he starts confessing everything, even confesses that he thought about slamming White's head in a pillar and that he shattered Jasper, but it's okay because he fixed it. When he says the white diamond part, you look at Garnet, and Garnet's kind of shocked. But then when he says the Jasper part, everyone's shook. A few moments later, he starts to break down, saying that everybody thinks he's an angel and he's not. He's a fraud. That scene was just very emotional to me because, we all heard the theories at this point, so everybody know what was gonna happen next. Although I know what was gonna happen next, I still almost freaking had a heart attack. When he crouches down, says he's a monster, and then boom, there's like these pink spikes that burst out of his back. And right where that happened, we were cut to commercial break. I was like I said, I knew exactly that he was gonna get corrupted because like all the theories and stuff. And like at this point, I'm thinking like we have 2 episodes left. Who else could it be? It has to be Steve, and it's not like they're just gonna pull some random. Actually, you know, I never used to think that the pink Godzilla wormy monster thing was just corrupted Steve. And I always thought that would have been how the cluster looked if it was fully formed. But I guess I don't know. I was I the only one that thought that? I thought like it would be the cluster, like, or if it wasn't the cluster, I also thought it would have been like some different type of species. Like the gems aren't the only type of aliens around in the Steven universe. I thought it was like some other type of species, like I don't know, Sneeple or something. But then after he gets corrupted, that's where it ends. This episode is really good. I feel like they did a good job building up Steven's corruption with all his his trauma and stuff. And like every episode, it felt like he was just getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And then it finally happened. But this video is over. That was my Steven Universe review for Everything's Fine. I'm about to make a review for I Am My Monster. Yeah, the lit episode. This one was great too, but I feel like my favorite out of all 4 episodes was probably I Am My Monster. Which a lot of people will probably agree with me because that's where everything basically goes down. But like if you like, subscribe if you want more content from me, comment because why not? And that'll be all.